Welcome, everybody, to episode 7 of Community Chronicles, a DDPY community video interview series. Still working on it. My guest for this episode is the Warrior Queen, Erin Greatrix, Canada's own. Welcome, Erin.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot for joining me today. A prominent member of the Positively Unstoppable Challenge community, as well as the familiar face in the DDPY community overall. So let's just do what we always do here. Give us a rundown of kind of what was your deal before DDPY, and what has doing the program done to change that.
Well, the condensed version is, I was always on the bigger side, and I was diagnosed in my early 20s with PCOS, which is an endocrine disease. It kind of makes you balloon up quite a bit. After finding out what that was and being put on the proper medication for it and diet and exercise, I'd actually lost a fair chunk of weight until 2018 when I was sideswiped by a Peterbilt, one of those tow trucks that tows tow trucks. And that was the end of that weight loss. So, I'd seen videos of Arthur, I'd seen videos of Justin with DDP, of course. And I thought, well, why don't I give this a shot? So this past Christmas, I was gifted the DVDs, which I've since purchased the app. I find that a lot more thorough. And started going at it. I started in Bedflex and remember that being incredibly difficult trying to bridge. I was in so much pain. Moved to Stand Strong, and now I'm doing Roman Roselle workouts and double black diamond and all those fun things. I worked with the Sally Up challenge. I sort of spearheaded that. The plank challenge with Chris, I got that one, and it's getting stronger and stronger from there.
Yeah, awesome. You mentioned the Sally Up challenge, and that's actually how you and I became acquainted. Was you threw that up there? I did it with my kids, uh, with my the more brave of the two first, and then just saw all those people throwing it out there. So I had done like a mashup video that ended up being pretty cool, and that's actually how I got to meet a lot of the people that I interact with on a regular basis. Was through that challenge. So thanks for throwing that out there. It was a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
it was a lot of fun. I was actually taken aback about how many people were willing to participate in this challenge. And many of them, almost all of them, I should say, have become very close friends. I appreciate that you would put that mashup together, and we can find that on the DDP main page.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
cool. And there were a few psychopaths that continued to do that challenge for multiple days. I think this was a one-off thing, but there were a
Yeah.
few savages who just kept going with it. It was pretty cool to see. So yeah, I still enjoy a good squat to this day. Uh, and then the other thing I guess I wanted to ask you, so that's part of how you've contributed to the community here, and then the other is that you're branded. You've got a moniker.
I
And
do.
where does the Warrior Queen nickname come from?
I actually have to give credit to Sam Alba Jr. When I very first started this, I don't know what it was that he saw in me, but he said "Hail to the Warrior Queen," and I'm like, I kind of like that. And over the course of this challenge and over the course of the Unstoppable Challenge, I've actually become her. I try and epitomize that every day and try and be a bit of a champion for people, especially like I said before, the girls with the PCOS. Know that it's possible. You can actually do this.
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I see. It's kind of strange. There's a few people I know like that who have gotten, whether it's a nickname or whatever. We've addressed that with Sam. How you still got to remember that you're you, right?
Yeah.
But you kind of have this persona you can take on that makes you feel like you can, defeat the world, and that's a pretty cool thing. I never got a nickname. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be the Mirth Trap, because I'd rather be funny than sexy. All right. And then the other cool thing that we saw just a couple months ago in the Positively Unstoppable Challenge that you mentioned was the plank challenge. Pat just told us, see how long you can hold plank. And what ensued was several days of insanely long planks.
Yeah, it was chaos.
Yeah, where did you top out at?
10 minutes.
Yeah, I think I got to six, and then I stopped for good. I don't know that I've done a plank to this day. I kind of pulse all the time because yeah, that's some serious business there. A 10-minute plank.
Yeah, well, my shoulders were definitely feeling it, let me tell you. I
Yeah,
had some stiff competition, so that was fantastic. You get the right playlist and you get your head down and off you go.
and then since this show is about more the DDPY community than the program, what I guess just keep it generic. What has the community done for you in your whole process here?
For me, it's actually been a huge help being able to be held accountable for a lot of these things. If I were to miss a day, I'm sure there would be a foot somewhere very uncomfortable. If I need somebody to reach out to and lift me up, I know that before I even hit the ground, 10 hands will lift me up. I've gotten family out of the deal. I got the little sister I always wanted in chess, and just brothers and sisters and people that I would trust to walk into my house and just sit down in front of the TV and help themselves in the fridge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's that tight family community that, even if you're new, even if you're brand new to the community, reach out and somebody, most of us, will probably reach back.
I agree that yeah, once you are willing to kind of put yourself out there that hey, I'm here,
Hmm.
um, then yeah, it's you're gonna find your tribe. Somebody's gonna reach out to you too, and it's a great way to build relationships. So I would encourage anybody who's new to the program overall. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. I've never met a less judgmental group of people in my life, to be frank. Um, the same thing that keeps me out of a gym keeps me in the DDPY community, where I don't feel like I'm ever being judged. I'm sure I am. They just don't type anything up there. But yeah, it makes it a lot easier when you're not worried about people judging your lack of progress. We're all going at our own speed. We're all comparing ourselves to ourselves, and we're all here to cheer each other on. So, very cool. What would you say is something that you didn't expect to happen through this whole experience that has come as a result of engaging in the community the way that you do?
Just the sense of camaraderie. So as I said, we've become such a tight knit family. We've exchanged gifts, some of us,
Mhm.
between each other. I got a really beautiful bracelet from Chastity the other day, just out of the blue. It's that, sense of oneness. You know what I mean? That's not what I expected. When I started this group, I was a little shy, believe it or not. A little shy, a little timid, a little, should I put this up there? People are going to look at me funny. And it's evolved into just something magical.
Very cool. And then, what would you say? We know I mentioned you're a member. You're participating in this year's Positively Unstoppable Challenge. That wraps up here at the end of October, as far as submissions go. What's after that? What happens after that challenge is over?
Well, it's kind of an annual thing. I think I'm going to do it again. But honestly, I like the challenge group specifically because it's so much more tight knit. And the accountability is a little bit more evident instead of a post getting lost in this great big huge group of 64,000 people. Having that smaller, tighter community, and who knows, down the road maybe I'll get my certification.
Yeah, that'd be very cool. And you're right. Once you get the DDP Yoga Facebook group is awesome, but there's a lot of it there, and so kind of these spin-off groups, whether it be the individual fitness groups from the different instructors, or the Positively Unstoppable Challenge group, or I think of like the Tiger Battalion page. It's easier to keep up with the people you're familiar with through those groups, and so
Yeah.
that's I feel the benefit of branching out and trying some of those other DDPY groups too within the community. They've all got something to offer. So as we move along here, in the interest of keeping things succinct, the next thing we like to get into is just some rapid fire questions. This is my favorite part by far because you never know what you're going to hear. And so I'm going to rattle some off to you. I don't really count them. I've got a few written down here. You just say the first thing that comes to mind, no matter how embarrassing it is. Just spit it out,
No more.
and we'll move on from there. All right. So, are you ready?
Let's do this.
All right. What is your? I'm gonna make the first one hard. What's your favorite song?
Oh my God. Wow. That could really, lately, Bad Rain, but it's got a little bit of an emotional connection to it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the last book you read?
The Heroin Diaries by Nikki Sixx.
I'm not shocked. Uh, what is your favorite smell?
Freshly made, really good coffee.
Your least favorite smell?
Meat that's gone off.
What is your most embarrassing moment?
Oh, well, back in my younger days, I was a musician and opening up for another band and was a little bit intoxicated. And instead of saying, "Hi, I'm Erin, how are you?" I drooled down my face.
Hmm. Wow.
That'll live with me for a very long time. Yeah.
Very good. We'll have to search Daily Motion for the video. Let's see here. What is your favorite sound?
Oh, wow. Double bass, for sure, double bass.
Your least favorite sound?
Nickelback? Oh, wait, that was mean. Sorry.
It works. All right. And if you got to choose to do anything in the world, what would your dream job be?
I have to say, I really do love what I do. I work for one of the top companies in the world as far as, their employee satisfaction and so on and so forth. But, personal masseuse for Jensen Ackles probably wouldn't be a bad thing either.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never thought of that one, but now I won't be able to stop.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
what is the worst advice you've ever received?
You've worked really hard. You deserve to eat that cookie.
And what's the best advice you've ever received?
Actually, it's one that I use all the time. I tell my kids, don't ever take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from.
I'm gonna write that down. That's very good. You nailed it.
Thank you. Yes.
You got through that. Some good stuff. You learn something here every time. It's the most educational segment of the whole thing.
That,
So the other thing that we like to do at the end of these little interviews is, because this show is about the community and recognizing each other, pick a member of the DDPY community that you think deserves a little bit of a shout out and give us a bit of why.
ooh, there's a lot. There's a lot. Like I could say Chris or I could say Matt. Who sticks out though is Artie. She's had such a hell of a time. She's gone through so much health wise. She's still going through so much health wise, but I've never seen a sassier, more tenacious woman in my life. So yeah, shout out to Artie for sure.
Now, we're going to give everybody a peek behind the scenes as of recording time, right? Episode 6 is not aired, but Sarah Smith also mentioned Artie Eichelman. So, Artie,
Hey,
frickin' badass,
you
right?
are a badass lady. Yeah.
Everybody recognizes it. So,
Yeah.
very cool. Very cool. Yeah, that was that's what it's all about, is just we get to know you and we let you know who's had an impact on you, and then maybe in the future I really hope I get a chance to chat with Artie, because I love her monologue videos, her little video diaries, and I think
Yeah.
to get her on the other side of one of these would be a lot of fun. Probably be a lot of bleeping involved on the back end.
Probably.
But yeah, great lady. Awesome. Well, that's going to wrap us up here for this episode of Community Chronicles. Look for another one in a few days. It's still a mystery to me who the next one's going to be, but I had a lot of fun with this one. So, Warrior Queen, just one more thing I'm going to ask you to do here to wrap us up. Give us a bang to close it out.
You got it. So horns up, bang.
Awesome. Don't forget to do this tomorrow.
You got it.
We're donezo.